Welcome to Canadian Armed Forces Fitness, your premier destination for online fitness training in the CAF community. Our mission is to provide dynamic, results-driven fitness programs tailored to meet the diverse needs and wants of our CAF members. Join us for our weekly live and bilingual workouts with options for every fitness level. Engage in our challenges and explore diverse content from mobility sessions to targeted training programs like force evaluation prep. Connect with our community by subscribing to our bulletin and following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to stay informed on our latest updates and events. I'm Coach Saul, and together we are CAF Fitness.
Indeed, we are. Sorry, everyone. I just forgot to start the Instagram feed here. Sorry, I was dealing with technical difficulties, but we are live on Instagram now. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Canadian Armed Forces Fitness Studios, powered by PSP. I am your host, Coach Saul. Like always, have water nearby, have space to work out in, and if there's any movements that do not agree with you, let me know in the comments so I can give you alternatives for those movements. Ok, bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue dans le studio Les Facs en forme, propulsé par PSP. Je suis votre hôte, Coach Saul. Comme toujours, avoir de l'eau à proximité, avoir un espace bien dégagé et sécuritaire. Et si jamais il y a un mouvement qui ne vous convient pas, dites-moi dans les commentaires pour que je puisse vous donner des alternatives pour ces mouvements. Ok, avant de commencer cette session de mobilité, veuillez lire l'avis de nos responsabilités qui est affiché sur l'écran maintenant. Please read our disclaimer, which is going on the screen right now before beginning this mobility session. It's also available in the description. L'avis de nos responsabilités est aussi disponible dans la description de cette vidéo. Dernièrement, avant de commencer, il y a un lien vers Wordly dans le chat. Wordly, c'est pour les sous-titres où vous pouvez me muter et me faire parler n'importe quelle langue que vous voulez. Mais remarquez que ce contenu est traduit à l'aide des outils basés sur l'intelligence artificielle. Et bien que nous nous efforçons d'être précis, les traductions par IA peuvent ne pas saisir toutes les nuances de la langue d'origine. Okay, so there is a link towards Wordly in the chat. You can click that link for subtitles, or you can mute me and have me speaking whatever language you'd like. Okay, but please note that this content is being translated by AI-based tools, and while we strive for accuracy, AI translations may not capture all the nuances of the original language. All right, I think that is everything, and I think we are ready to rock. Okay, so today is mobility. Two things that you're going to need today. I'll give some alternatives, but it would be preferable for you to have. One thing I need you to have today, either of two things, okay? One is a broomstick or a PVC pipe that you're going to be able to use that's rigid, okay? I wouldn't even say rigid, just something that you're going to be able to tether your hands together with. And then the other thing is a towel that you could use, or a t-shirt, or a hoodie, or a blanket, something that you're going to be able to do, like I said, the same thing you're going to be able to tether your hands together with, okay? Alors, une chose que vous avez besoin, c'est quelque chose à joindre les mains ensemble. Alors, soit une serviette ou bien un bâton, une manche de balai ou une pipe PVC. OK? Alors, on va commencer avec les traps et le cou. OK? On va mettre une main en arrière, l'autre main attrape cette poignée et tire. OK? Lorsqu'on a le aile de poulet ici, on va incliner la tête vers l'aile de poulet et on va regarder vers le haut en inspirant et vers le bas en expirant. Regardez vers le haut, inspirez et expirez, regardez vers le bas. Okay, c'est vraiment important de garder la tension dans le bras en arrière du dos pour pouvoir sentir l'étirement dans le cou et bien dans les trapèzes et dans l'épaule. Ok, on regarde vers le haut, on garde la tête inclinée tout au long. On regarde vers le bas en expirant. 3, 2, 1. On revient à la position neutre. L'autre main en arrière. On tire. On a l'aile de poulet. On incline la tête. Et pendant que la tête est inclinée, on va regarder vers le haut en inspirant et regarder vers le bas en expirant. Okay, so I really want you to feel that in the traps and the neck. So In order to do that, I want you to lean that head towards the side with the little chicken wing here. You're going to look up as you inhale. Look down as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you can use this portion to kind of focus on your breathing. Focus on slowing down the rate of your breathing, trying to relax, okay? We build up tension that we don't even know is there when we're sitting at our computers or when we're performing our regular tasks. We just get into a trance and then we start tightening up in the shoulders, for example, or the thoracic spine. We're going to fix that today. And relax. Good. Continue your breathing. Now, I want you to have a comfortable spot on the floor for this next part. Okay, je veux que vous ayez une place confortable au sol. Agenouillez-vous. On va se mettre à quatre pattes, en fait. OK? Alors, les mains sont en dessous des épaules. Je veux que vous écartez les doigts au maximum. I want you to spread your fingers apart as much as possible. Et je veux que vous commenciez à basculer vers l'avant et que vous poussez dans vos doigts pour basculer vers l'arrière. Okay, so I want us to kind of rock forward and back. And while we're rocking forward and back, I want you to push those spread fingers into the floor to push yourself back. Okay, we're going to warm up those wrists. Okay, most of us performing our tasks during the day, whether it's on the computer or even if it's more physical, we don't think to stretch out the wrists. But it's important. All right, now I want you to rotate outwards so that your elbows are facing back, the pit of your elbow is facing forward, and your fingers are facing you. OK, s'il vous manque de la mobilité, si vous n'êtes pas capable de faire ça, je veux que vous faites de votre mieux. OK, alors si jamais vous arrivez à faire 45 degrés, ça suffira. OK, mais faites de votre maximum selon votre capacité physique. Et encore une fois, on écarte les doigts et on bascule vers l'avant et ensuite vers l'arrière. On pousse les doigts au sol pour nous repousser vers l'avant. Inspirez du nez, souffle de la bouche. Inspirez du nez, souffle de la bouche. Très bien. OK, on va maintenant faire gaffe dans cette prochaine partie. Je veux maintenant que vous retournez vos mains. Alors, le paume face à vous. Okay, I want you to now turn your palms facing you. And then I want you to rock side to side. Okay, so you're kind of leaning onto one side and then the other. But when your wrist is flexing forward, okay, I don't want you to be leaning on that wrist. We're leaning away from the wrist as it flexes, and then the back of the other hand is taking the weight. Okay, so we're never putting weight on the wrist while it's in a compromised position. Okay, you should be feeling a stretch in the top of your forearm, all the way down into your wrist, maybe even into your fingers a little bit. Normal. Okay, very good. We're breathing into the nose, out through the mouth. All right, good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our hands back on the floor underneath the shoulders. We're going to be doing wrist push-ups, okay? Listen closely, because this is how we do wrist push-ups. Fingers are spread just like we did before. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push into the palm. We're going to push into the bottom of our fingers to lift the palms of our hands off the floor, really getting those forearms to get involved here, okay? Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. We got to put a little bit of weight behind it. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, if you're like me and you have bad extension in your wrist, like I can't bend further back than that, so I'm going to have to actually bend my elbows in this next one. If you don't need to bend your elbows, don't do it just because I'm doing it. All right, so hands are on the floor. What we're going to do now is we're going to lift our fingers off the floor, but believe it or not, I'm trying my hardest to lift my fingers off the floor. We're going to lift the fingers off the floor 10 times, okay? But I need to lean back. See, they're finally coming off when I'm at an angle like this. 1, 2, 3, and your forearms are going to get involved here. 4, 5, they're going to get all veiny. 6, that's what we want. 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we can come forward just like that. Beautiful. All right, great job, everyone. Clasp the hands together and now start doing some wrist figure eights. Ok, alors on fait les figures 8 avec les poignets. Ah, bravo, bravo, bravo. Ok, dans l'autre sens, in the other direction now. Ok, maintenant on va travailler au niveau des épaules. Pour cet mouvement, on aura besoin du serviette ou bien de notre manche de balai. Et on peut se lever debout ou bien rester au sol. C'est à vous à décider ça. Vous êtes libre à faire ce que vous voulez. Okay? Ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va mettre le bâton ou la serviette au-dessus de la tête comme ça. Et je veux rassurer que j'ai 90 degrés dans les deux coudes, comme ça. Okay? Lorsqu'on a cet angle de bras, je veux que vous allez au-dessus de la tête le plus que possible, mais si vous n'êtes pas capable d'aller dépasser la tête et mettre le balai en arrière, je veux que vous écartez vos mains, mais juste le montant que vous aurez besoin pour arriver en arrière. Ok? Alors, comme vous avez vu, je n'ai pas exagéré. J'ai fait ce que j'avais besoin pour mes épaules pour faire la rotation au complet. Okay, so we're going to do some shoulder pass-throughs, and I'm only spreading my hands further than that 90 degree, the amount that I need to get up and around my head. Okay, so I'm not exaggerating by going super wide right off the bat because I want my shoulders to have a little bit of tension in them so that I can feel this stretch. We're loosening it up here. Ok, alors pour le pass-through, on veut garder les bras droits si ce n'est pas évident déjà. If it's not already evident, we want to try and keep those arms straight, okay? Because as soon as you bend your arms, then you're going to be a little bit easier to move those shoulders around. We want to keep those arms straight. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, next movement is called external rotation, or I like to call it elbow punches. Okay, so when we're doing the elbow punches, you can put either the stick over your shoulder or the towel over your shoulder like this. Okay, alors pour les coudes, pour les coudes, ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va mettre la serviette au-dessus de l'épaule comme ça, ou bien le bâton au-dessus de l'épaule. Et on va l'attraper avec l'autre main en dessous du sous-bras, comme ça. Lorsque je suis dans cette position, je veux incliner mon coude le plus que possible vers le haut. Okay? Je veux pointer mon coude vers le plafond lorsque je tire avec mon autre bras. Okay? So I want you to lift your elbow as high as possible, and I want you to pull down, and not only pull down, but put pressure down, but then also use the towel or the stick as a lever. So you can kind of use it as a lever to lift a little bit higher. Something to avoid is putting it on your tricep and then because we are externally rotating, but we don't want to just rotate outwards like this. Just had a cramp in my shoulder. We want to focus on getting the elbow up and putting the arm back. Okay, because as you can see, it naturally goes out to the side. We don't need to crank it outside like that. Okay. Alors, on le tient là, on ne veut pas mettre sur le triceps et faire la rotation externe comme ça, parce que, comme vous avez vu, j'ai crampé en arrière. Alors, je veux amener le bâton en arrière de mon épaule et pas sur le côté de mon triceps comme ça. OK? Holding it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Shake that arm out. Let's do the other side now. So, behind, reach under if you can manage, and come through just like this. So elbow punch forward. Okay, right? You don't punch like this. Huh, you punch like this. Boom. Right? Use that stick or towel as a lever. Right? So if you're using a towel, it's going to look a little something like this. Pull it down, push that elbow up. Okay, this is not like a passive stretch because you need to, first of all, be gripping. Second of all, you need to be driving that elbow upwards and helping yourself in this position. OK? Alors, ce n'est pas passif comme étirement. On veut aider nous-mêmes en montant le coude au maximum et en tirant vers le bas avec l'autre main. Okay. Neck kink there. Good. And we're holding for another 10 seconds here, okay? 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, shake out the arms. So far, so good. Traps, neck, traps, shoulders. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to the thoracic spine here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to be doing some rounding and arching of the back. Then we're going to go into cat-cow, which is rounding and arching of the back, but using the ground. Okay, so first of all, you can either stay on your knees like I am, or you can stand up like I am now. Okay, we're going to cross our arms in front. On va commencer en pliant les bras en avant. Okay, on va avoir le dos rond. Autant de rond que possible dans le haut du dos. Okay? On veut pousser les paumes des mains ensemble, comme ça. Et on veut respirer. On veut arrondir le dos le plus que possible. Et time. Maintenant, on va croiser les doigts en arrière et on va atteindre les mains vers le bas en ouvrant la poitrine. Okay, so now we're going to open the chest by lacing our hands together and behind and opening up our chest as much as possible, trying to get the backs of our shoulders to touch each other. Okay, opening up. Okay, this also is helping our scapulas, helping stretch the muscles between our scapulas underneath as well. So we're bringing them together. We're retracting right now. And 3, 2, 1. Let's protract again. Let's bring those scapulas apart. Really round out the back. Put your chin in your chest. Round and push those palms together. You're trying to get the front of your shoulders to touch one another. Okay, alors on essaie de amener les deux épaules ensemble. Quelque chose que si on n'avait pas de clavicule, on serait capable. 3, 2, 1 et on va vers l'arrière encore. On ouvre la poitrine et comme vous voyez, je tiens mes doigts le plus que possible, vraiment serrés en arrière parce que j'ai pas la mobilité pour les garder ensemble. Okay? But if you do have that mobility, if you do have that ability, I should say, then keep those palms together and push down. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, shake that out a little bit. We're now going to cat-cow, which is same kind of motion, but now we're going to get the hips involved. So the pelvis is going to come towards, I'll show you on the ground. Okay, so the pelvis is going to come towards the rib cage as you round the back as much as possible, pushing those hands into the floor. Then we're going to arch the back, drive the hips up, and the head is coming back towards the bum. Okay, so inhale, hips come forwards, pelvis comes towards the ribs. And you may want to breathe out as we do this. And then now let's arch. And as you arch, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. In. and out. Very good. Okay, now that we're done with the cat-cow, we're going to try and, instead of flexing and extending, we're going to rotate now. Okay, we're going to move the spine around as much as possible to try and get loose. Try and loosen the tension, okay, if you have any. All right, moose antlers is the next one. I did this the other day in the live. I can't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday. No, it must have been Tuesday because Force Prep does not have moose antlers. So what we're going to do is we're going to be on all fours like we've been a lot today. One hand is behind the head, and then what we're going to do is we're going to touch elbow to elbow, open towards the ceiling. Ok, alors on touche coude à quatre pattes et on ouvre pour atteindre le haut avec le coude. Ok, alors on touche coude à coude, on inspire et on expire et on essaie de atteindre le plus d'amplitude que possible. Hands on the floor. Let's switch other hand now. So hand behind the head, elbow to elbow, and open up. And hands back to the floor. Very nice. All right, this time we're going to do some reach throughs. Okay, so reach through, we're going to keep our hands on the floor, keep one hand on the floor. We're going to keep constant pressure against the floor with an arm straight. The opposite arm is going to reach through under the rib cage. We're going to place the hand on the shoulder on the ground and head on the ground as well. And as you can see, I've bent my elbow, but I'm still keeping constant pressure against the ground. Ok, alors on garde la tension constante au sol avec la main. On baisse la tête et l'épaule au sol en allant en dessous des côtes opposées avec le bras opposé. Et on change de bras. Et alors, on revient au neutre, à la position neutre, et on va en dessous avec l'autre bras. Respirez, mettez de la tension dans le bras du bas aussi. Très bien. Et juste pour compléter cet étirement et torsion de la cage thoracique, on va se mettre en position d'enfant. Ok, alors on écarte les genoux, on s'assoit sur les talons et on allonge au niveau des bras, au-dessus de la tête. On passe la tête entre les bras, les oreilles à côté des biceps. Okay, so to finish off this thoracic section, I didn't even have it in my notes today, but child's pose is always a good idea after all of the flexion, extension, all of the rotation, the torsion. We're just going to stretch out, lengthen the spine as much as possible, push your head through your biceps, and breathe. Okay, and come on out of that. Okay, everyone, we're now going to go and get into the world's greatest stretch. We're going to take up our hips, and by hips, I mean glutes, okay? So, foot comes forward, knee beside the shoulder if you can. Here, I'll go a bit on an angle so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so knee beside the shoulder. We're driving the knee forward. You still can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, leave me a comment to let me know how I'm doing here. All right, so knee beside the shoulder if you can. Let the knee fall towards the outside, but what we're going to do that's different than normally just like rotation here, I want us to put our elbow or our hand on our knee, and I want us to do like little circles, driving deeper into the stretch and then coming back and feeling that stretch in your glute, perhaps your groin a little bit as well. We're just going to do some circles. Okay, let's go in the other direction now. So inwards. I got a comment here. So while you're doing those circles, I'm going to read that comment. I think I know who it is too. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Delia. You're also doing great. I just know it. I get the energy that you're doing great from the screen here, from the studio. I just have great energies. All right. From here, we're going to, because we've kind of loosened things up, we're going to stay in this position, but I want us to drive the hips forward and down. Okay, je veux qu'on pousse, et spécialement après d'avoir fait ces cercles, je veux que vous poussez vos hanches vers l'avant et vers le bas. Okay? Haha, you're the best. Okay, so driving the hips forward and down, in through the nose. As you exhale, drive that elbow down towards the floor, towards your instep of your foot, where that arch is. Okay, now inhale and rotate towards the ceiling. Good, and inhale and then drop that elbow down as you exhale. Rotate, up, breathe. Hips forward and down. I know there's lots to think about right now. Your butt will thank you later. And back down towards the floor, elbow down. And reach up. Hips forward and down. I know I'm telling you to do some things that like maybe contradict, but that's okay. Do your best, forget the rest. Elbow down. Coude en bas. Et coude vers le haut. Main vers le haut. On remet les mains au sol. Okay, we're going to put our hands back down. Now from here, we're going to sit back and stretch out those hamstrings. You know that's important. So bring your knee back over the center of your foot. Okay, and then now let's sit back into a nice hamstring stretch, straightening that leg and folding over that leg. Okay, if you don't have the flexibility to do this, that's okay. Sit up like this, bring the leg into a comfortable position in front of you, and then fold forward. OK, alors si vous n'avez pas la capacité de s'asseoir sur les talons et vous allonger vers l'avant comme ça, vous pliez vers l'avant, OK, ça ne dérange pas. On se redresse, on met la jambe droite dans une position confortable et là, on s'incline vers l'avant peu à peu pour que ça soit étiré au fur et à mesure dans les ischio-jambiers. OK? Deep breaths. Very good. 3, 2, 1. Come on forward. And now let's switch sides. Okay. So we're going to switch sides. We're going to come back to all fours or to a plank position, whatever you want. Then you're going to bring your other foot forward. Okay. And once again, we're going to do circles with our hip. Okay. I know. Wow. It seems like an eternity since we've done this. I know. Feels good though, right? Oh, yeah. Especially I was feeling that in my other hip. While I'm here, I'm going to mention to everyone, I will be scheduling some pre-recorded for next week, but next week I'm going to be traveling to 4 wings. I'm going to be traveling to Comox, Edmonton, Wainwright, and Shiloh. YouTube video to come about my journey to do the Tactical Firefighter Games. Okay, Tactical Firefighter Games is an online challenge, not unlike the CAF Fitness Games, which are coming up in June. Okay, but the Tactical Firefighter Games is a way to build community through online competition. Each of those bases that I mentioned are hosting an in-person event for all the firefighters to compete in against one another, camaraderie, to promote camaraderie and morale in those fire halls. So make sure that you tune in and check out that video. And if you are a CAF firefighter or a D&D firefighter for that matter, make sure that you check into the what did I just say? Tactical Firefighter Games. Okay. Anyways, I'll be traveling next week, so expect some pre-recorded live videos. They're still going to be posted same bat time, same bat channel. Other direction with the knee. Sorry, I've been kind of going off on a tangent here. Okay, same bat time, same bat channel, but just make sure that you don't expect me to interact with you because it will be pre-recorded. Okay, you can interact. I will respond to you later. Okay, I'm going to have enough time. A hard enough time keeping up with my own schedule with all the time changes next week. So I won't be able to respond to you live. All right, everyone, time to really sink those hips forward and down. Let that knee fall towards the outside. Deep breath, elbow towards the floor. Okay, coude vers le sol. J'ai beaucoup parlé en anglais, alors je vais parler en français. Alors, c'est juste à dire que, OK, on fait la rotation vers le haut. OK, à chaque 3 secondes, on inspire et on baisse le coude et on inspire et on fait la rotation vers le haut. OK? Alors, j'ai juste dit en anglais que la semaine prochaine, je vais diffuser 3 entraînements préenregistrés. Alors, c'est-à-dire que je ne vais pas être live parce que je vais en voyage dans l'Ouest. Je vais visiter 4 escades, oui. 4 escades. Why do I think I'm saying that wrong? Anyways, 4 estrades pour les jeux tactiques des pompiers. Ok, alors si vous êtes des pompiers D&D ou des pompiers des facs, assurez-vous de voir cet événement-là et restez à l'écoute pour la vidéo qui va suivre de mon trajet. Ok, on continue à respirer, le coude vers le bas, le main vers le haut. On continue à pousser les hanches vers l'avant et vers le bas. On fait toujours le changement de mouvement en expirant. Alors, quand je dis inspire, il faut expirer et c'est là où on va faire la transition à la prochaine mouvement. Okay, make sure you're breathing the whole time. And when you're finished 5 times up and 5 times down, which I feel like you should be now, bring that knee back over the center of your foot. And now we're going to sit back, either sit up, okay, soit que vous vous redressez, mettez votre jambe dans une position droite et confortable et que vous vous inclinez vers l'avant, ou bien, or you sit back on your heel and just straighten out that front leg and then lean forward, like bow forward over that front leg. Okay, and now come on forward, back to a neutral position. And now we're going to switch legs again, okay? Give your hips a little bit of a break here. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to go into a pigeon stretch. So pigeon stretch can be done several different ways. One thing, if you have tight hips, I personally have tight hips, and it's taken me literally 4 years to be able to do the pigeon stretch with the comfort that I have. Okay, not saying that it's going to take that long for you, but just putting the time and energy into it will help you get better at your mobility. All that to say, if you need to put like a yoga block or a couple of books under your bum while you do this stretch, do that. Okay, alors si vous avez besoin, à cause de moins de mobilité, okay, des capacités limitées dans cette position, mettez quelques livres ou quelque chose en dessous de votre fesse pour pouvoir gagner un avantage de la rotation externe de la hanche. Okay, so we want to make sure, come forward, put one foot in front of the other, in front of the opposite knee, I should say, and then drive those hips forward and down, just like we did in the other one. Okay? Maintenant qu'on est là, je veux atteindre, si je peux, 90 degrés. OK? Alors, 90 degrés, je veux atteindre ça, si je peux. Mais ce que je veux pas, c'est que vous tombez de côté comme ça. Okay, so I don't want you to fall to the side like this. So work within your physical capacities, but I want you to be uncomfortable. Okay, that's the whole point. I want you to force yourself into a space where you need to focus on your breathing to be able to work through this. If you hold your breath when you're in this position, you're going to be panicking, right? So it forces you got to breathe. Okay, if you were just sitting off to the side right now, we could have a breath holding competition, no problem. But I want you to make sure that you are over top of your shin. Make sure that your foot is forward 90 degrees at the knee, bent at the knee if you can. If not, like me, I'm not 90 degrees yet, but I'm working towards that. Okay. Like I said, if you feel the temptation to fall to the side, put a book or something underneath your bum. That way it's going to be able to hold you up. Or even if you have a gym, maybe you don't have a yoga block or something, but you can even grab a dumbbell and just put one of the heads under your bum, and then you can lean onto that. Okay, driving the hips forward and down, breathing. If you're comfortable, si vous êtes confortable, you can fold forward in this pigeon stretch. Now, if you're trying this out, maybe your hip is cramping or something like that, you can sit on a box or a chair or a couch, something that's not going to roll away from you. So not a rolly chair. Maybe a rolly chair if you can maybe be close to a wall or something like that, so that it's not going to roll away if you accidentally slip or something like that. Okay, but you can do the figure 4 stretch where you are sitting in a chair with your knees bent 90 degrees. You bring your one foot on top of the opposite knee and then fold forward, just like we're doing. It's going to be the same type of stretch. Three, 2, 1, come on up and switch legs now. Okay, so come out of that stretch, come back to a neutral position. Revenez à une position neutre, à 4 pattes. Okay, faites des cercles de hanches comme on a fait avec la jambe en avant. Ok. Là, on est prêt pour faire l'autre jambe. Alors, on amène le genou en avant, le pied en avant de l'autre genou. Okay, on baisse les hanches vers le bas. Cette hanche-là, c'est un peu plus serré que l'autre. Oh là là. OK, alors je suis un peu plus confortable. On veut le déconfort. Je veux pas que vous soyez confortable, mais je veux pas que vous ayez de douleur. OK, alors si vous sentez de la douleur, arrêtez tout de suite. Ramenez votre jambe en arrière parce que vous faites quelque chose de mal ou peut-être cet étirement, c'est trop pour vous en ce moment. Ce n'est pas grave, ça ne dérange pas. Vous asseyez sur une chaise et vous amenez le pied sur le genou opposé. OK, on fait de notre mieux. On fait ce qu'on peut avec ce que nous avons. OK, je m'incline. Inclinez-vous si vous désirez. Nice job. Grande respiration. Très bien, on se redresse. On recourbe les orteils ou bien on juste vient à la position initiale. Très bien. Et ce qu'on va faire maintenant, on va faire un petit peu du méditation, si vous voulez l'appeler ça. On va faire de la respiration guidée par moi. OK? Et je veux que vous dégagez tout ce qu'il y a autour de vous. Je veux que vous videz votre esprit. OK? Je veux pas que vous pensiez du travail, de vos amis, de votre famille, peut-être vos enfants, même si c'est la semaine de relâche en Ontario en ce moment. OK? Je ne veux pas que vous avez des craintes. Videz votre esprit complètement. OK? N'y pensez pas à vos troubles. Je veux que vous vous concentrez, que vous amenez votre esprit sur vous et comment vous vous sentez dans votre corps en ce moment. Okay, so I'm going to lead us through a breathing exercise. You can call it meditation if you want. What I want you to do is I want you to clear your mind. Okay, if you have something to worry about, don't right now. Okay, listen, those problems will be there when you're finished this breathing exercise. So I want you to make sure that you clear your head. Don't think about your family. Don't think about your kids, even though it might be hard with March break right now. Maybe your kids are doing this with you. Push all your troubles. Don't think about work. Everything is aside. Clear your mind. Okay. Okay. Clear your mind. I want you to focus on how you feel in your body right now. Okay. Bring all of your attention inward. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Feel your lungs inflating and deflating. Maybe feel your stomach grumbling if you're hungry. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Feel the way that you're sitting, how it makes you feel. If you have any tensions in your body, it's you time. It's time to focus on you. Okay. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to rotate your palms facing the ceiling. That way your chest is open. You can breathe. Rotate those shoulders outwards. Okay. From here, I want you to inhale for a count of 5. Hold your lungs for a count of 5. Exhale for a count of 5. Hold your lungs empty for a count of 5. And we're going to do 5 breaths just like that. Okay. Alors, suivez-moi. 3, 2, 1. C'est parti. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Lungs empty. Make sure you're breathing in. Breathe in. Over 5 seconds. Hold. I don't want you to do a quick inhale and hold it in. I want you to do a slow inhale. Exhale. Same thing. Push all that air out until lungs are empty. Hold. Lungs empty. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Okay, now I want you to return to your normal breathing, but I don't want you to let your thoughts flood in just yet. I just want you to relax and just enjoy this feeling that you're feeling right now. Relaxed, stretched out, breathing. If you'd like to sit here for a few more minutes and just meditate on whatever, maybe you're waiting to hear some news or something like that, you can just meditate on that. That's fine, but it's best to do it in an environment where you have a clear head, right? What we just did was called box breathing. I encourage you to do that anytime. It's been proven to reduce stress. Okay, to reduce stress, to help you sleep at night. Okay, if ever I have trouble sleeping, I literally do this. I'm not just you know, playing a trumpet that or tooting my own horn or whatever the expression is. I do the walk as well as the talk. Okay, if I have trouble sleeping, I do this 10 times and I don't even make it to 10 deep breaths because I'm asleep. Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed. As I said, this will be my last live for a full week because next week I'm traveling. Okay, so whatever you're doing next week, make sure that you log in to Cap Fitness. Make sure you do the mobility on Thursday, and let's stay fit, let's stay awesome, and let's stay safe. All right, great job, everyone. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.
Bienvenue aux Forces armées canadiennes en forme, votre destination principale pour l'entraînement physique en ligne dans la communauté des facs. Notre mission, c'est d'offrir des programmes de conditionnement physique dynamiques et axés sur les résultats, conçus pour répondre aux divers besoins et désirs des membres des facs. Rejoignez-nous pour nos séances d'entraînement hebdomadaires en ligne, en direct et bilingue, avec des options pour tous les niveaux de forme physique. Participez à nos défis et explorez notre contenu varié, des séances de mobilité aux programmes ciblés tels que la préparation pour l'évaluation force. Connectez-vous avec notre communauté dynamique en vous abonnant à notre bulletin et en nous suivant sur Facebook, Instagram et YouTube pour rester informé de nos dernières mises à jour et nos événements. Je suis Coach Saul et ensemble, nous sommes les facs en forme.